Alright everyone, welcome to teamfortress.tv, and this is the coverage of ETF2L Season 33 Premiership. This is week 1, this is Ascent versus Wars and Sons. I'm joined today by DuMmTm, my co-caster, and Beater on production. How you doing, Dum?
Pretty good, pretty good. Should be a fun one. Wars and Sons, previously known for those not aware as Vedas Lises Dove, have been in Prem once before, made fourth. Team kind of disappeared for one season, came back together in a different form, played the one for a little while, made first last season, so they're back again in Prem with still a widely different roster from even that first place, but still close enough to still receive the promotion up. And will be interesting to see it. Mostly the same code they had before. It was always this weird German-British mix, and that similar idea is still intact here against Ascent. Obviously, needless to say, previously the second best team. Lots of shakeups in the rosters between all top teams, so it's hard to say for sure who's going to be what position by the end of it. But that's the exciting part. We'll see how good Ascent is leading up to what everybody would presume to be a safe playoff team.
Also, the returning face is Zebusai. He's back for this season, which is quite a surprising return, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's been in the workings for quite a while before the season, so there was always the talk, will he actually play? And sooner or later, eventually it got confirmed by Ascent themselves. They're picking him up, had a bit of a roster shake-up themselves as well. Amps, Kradu, and Connor, the only ones remaining from before. As you said, joined by Zebusai, as well as Polygon from previously Feint, and Domo as well, joining him from, I think, just taking a Prem season off and playing the one last season. And it's looking pretty strong. Domo, obviously known quantity in Prem, has played on 7 before for a full season, learned a lot from them. Polygon as well, known quantity in Prem just as much, has been around for quite a while on higher level teams. And Zebo, needless to say, used to be an incredible player, but needs to show that he still can pull his weight here, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, it is the first round, so we can see if Ascent really are going to pull their weight this game, so don't know who to watch. Let's just watch Domo roll out, because we've just been talking about Ascent.
Sounds like a good idea, and we'll see how they approach this mid fight. Everybody flying to mid as fast as they can. Top and bottom, different approaches by the DuMmTm here.
So we do see Dole taking the low ground, but we do see Warrior on the top red crates right now. We do see Zevo waiting in garage maybe, but not really much happening. We see Everex going for the big one, Fishcough going up the bomb catwalk, actually on top of the land. We do see Zebusai picking up Warrior, Fishcough going down as well. Oh, Kelvin getting Domo with a crossbow. We do see them going to try and run out right now. They are 2 down, they've lost a Demo and a soldier. They need to get out, they were losing. That's both soldiers down, Demo down. Going to try and keep the Ruberad.
They're still being chased all the way into last. Need to be careful that Amps doesn't get much more, but it's mostly just about taking space for safety's sake on second to just take this one for free. On top of the mid fight seems to be just fine here with all the picks they've gotten. The bomb's not too effective. Devil's bomb,
Zebo!
Hugely effective.
He tries to go for the bomb, but you know, the force gets off though, that's all that matters. Now that Ascent going to have a nice Uber ad right now, they might look to take it in. We do see Arms kind of pressuring the point by standing on it. Great pressure from the man. Finish boy, what we're saying.
Yeah, and it leads to, sure, there were 2 down here after the sack, but obviously the sack worked. They got the Uber advantage now, and that means they need to spend so much time capping. They can transition so much faster into last once they get the ball rolling here. So just the formality about getting this. Wars and Sons need some sort of play here desperately, be it some decent picks or the force, but they need to be careful to not just get popped in or by Connor and co.
Yeah, well, the Uber ad is dwindling away as we speak, and it's only going to be 25, going 20 soon. They're going to use it quickly. It is just kind of slowly dwindling away, as I said. So looks like Red got an NG set up. Stefan's sentry gone. The Uber is popped on the side of Ascent. They're going to rush on, Arms on point, try to get everything. Very weird. Ascent holding back. We do see Polygon going in for a bomb. Doesn't matter. Everex going to get him. Warrior get taken out by Arms as well. It's only a quick.
2 is all they get here, really. Zabo's still a bit forward, stuck in the front lines, needs to wiggle his way out of there. Awkward, they waited for so long to actually do this, and the Germans didn't have any pressure on them, really, besides Warstrike out of position. Want to make this Uber last for some sort of impact into seconds, but at the moment, not any pressure for them to have to use, so Ascent just falling back into safety. Zebo disconnected from the rest of the team, but mostly getting out of this one alive, and Ascent still with this disadvantage, need to be careful not to lose much more space.
We do see Zebo drop down, believe it or not. Looks like Wars and Sons are just going to be holding, maybe not holding yard, well they're going to be holding their yard now in fact, because they've just lost the Ruberad. It's now even.
Yeah, interesting to see how they will approach this, and we didn't really mention it before, but For two players here, I believe this is the first season in Prem EverX and Voxy, aka Voxtech, coming off of, well, Voxy at least came off with the one win. EverX joined the team for the season specifically. Being met with Ascent week 1 is going to be interesting for them, but they have a strong team surrounding them, and so far it's not gone too bad. Playing really safe about any situation to like get slowly forward across the map. Now we have this stalemate here, and it's a tough one to break. Obviously, the easy idea is to just keep sending your soldiers in and force the Uber that way, but it's really easy to have the scouts on high ground, like you see Voxy and Shocky be positioned on the crate and the shack there to deny these soldiers. So Ascent needs some better ideas, and the exchange is.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to be taken in. An exchange does happen from both teams right now. We do see Polygon in deep. He's just going to get completely wiped. Oh, Warrior trying to get Connor. Connor dodging the pipes, all sorts, doesn't matter. Warrior going to go down. Am's also going down in the process. Credo getting Vortex. We do see the last remaining of the Warren Sons try to get out. They need to get out because this is just a free push for Ascent right now.
Yeah, really quick transition after the exchange to get the space back into Shudder and to Choke even, and still coding forward. Fedu not so lucky with that one, trading one out with Fishcock, but they got second with this. They want to put on some pressure into us, but they don't really have the numbers just yet. Am spawning just now, Credo not being on the field yet. They don't have the best number situation to approach this, so second is all they get, but with out of the blue exchange into second, you can't complain too much. They got exactly what they wanted. They just need a better play into last, which is really unfortunate because they had this good advantage they didn't take advantage of last time. So you'd hope that they have what it takes to actually get back into this sort of advantage position to make use of.
We do see Credo on Sniper. Let's see what he can do with it. He is kind of just going to wait until the shutter open. I don't know where he's peeking. Looks like he's peeking up top at pipe.
Obviously Credo, a known sniper in the Premiership scene, has been showing that one off for Ascent for quite a while now. One of the best ones to be found in Prem, and they want to take advantage of this. We have a long sideline here. Maybe not the best one aggressively speaking, but safe one for sure for the sniper. Can hang back in lots of areas and peek through top, through the shutter doors. Just keep taking different angles here to hope somebody overextends into it.
Yeah, he does get a shot on EverX, but EverX is still alive. Just takes 100, I think, from it. If my math is right.
Shocky actually returning the favor. Also picking up sniper rifle, hitting one immediately, not killing quite yet though. Now just a sniper fight between the German and the Finn.
Oh, Credo peeking wide right now. Oh my god. He is right into the right side. God,
something has to go inside.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh,
EverX keeps eating these, but he just doesn't die. Really unfortunate for Credo there.
Looks like they're going to try and spam them out right now as they know that happens. We do see EverX going for a ball. Not happy with Credo's sniping all the time, but they do lose EverX now. That's one player down on the side of Warren Sons, Zebasai. On scout, in fact.
Stuck all the way. Not a
Sentry
big surprise, to be fair. He's been doing that with his teams for a long time. The double scout sniper, he switched off of Soldier for it. Not Rage in the past has done it a lot. So I'm not surprised they're doing that yet again with the sniper like Credo here.
Yeah, looks like just usual spam, granted. We do see Polygon going in, getting the force onto Kevin right there. They're going to try and take it in. Warrior's Son, try to get much damage. Domo going down, Connor left by himself, not anymore. He's got arms and a sniper. They need to watch out. This looks like it could be an easy push for them. They do have Uber on the side of Ascent right now. They need to watch out. They are going to use in. Headshots coming out from Credo right now. Won't matter, still alive. We're going to chase down Kevin, but that sentry still, they're going to get them. Not really going to... I'm talking too fast.
The double scout just didn't do anything. Yeah, it was a quick situation. They wanted to capitalize off of this immediately, but they just didn't have the numbers. The double scout couldn't deal with the gun at all, and everybody else was far back enough in time to not get caught at all. Really too ambitious for Ascent's own liking here, and they don't really get anything off of this. Not a huge advantage for the Germans, only like 10%, 20 just about, so nothing really hugely playable, but if they're quick, they might as well just pressure the back in time. And for a yard, it's the very least they're getting here. Maybe some pressure into mid though could get them that one for free as well.
Looks like they're going to be in garage right now. They're just kind of edging their way in. We do see them now have Uber on the side of Wars and Sons. They might go to try and take it in with a small advantage they have. We do see the soldiers jumping up top. It looks like Ascent are not going to just be holding it. They're holding it quite passively, in fact. Behind Domo with a trap, getting fish cough right there. Polygon jumping up, getting the scouts off. It doesn't matter. Looks like the Uber's going to use on the side of Ascent first. It's going to be exchange. It's just going to be cleaning up left, right, and centre. Arms dealing with water, yeah, in their garage, or Red's garage, I should say. Everyone crowding around with each other on the side of Warren's Son. Yeah, wasn't the best idea for Ascent to push out.
I can understand where it was coming from. They got the free pick, they figured we have space now, let's try to get in here. But the post-Uber was really bad. You said everybody just crowded around Amps. He's the only one that continued going deep, and it was a free pick to get for one stance at that point, and everybody else already abandoned fairly quickly, but Ascent scout there, so just giving one up for the team, not really leading too much at all here besides demo pick that obviously wasn't playable off the back of already abandoning all the space. Questionable decision making here, but it just how Ascent wants to approach this. Once they have the exchange, they want to commit to it for as much as possible. Especially Ams. That guy never gives up when a small opportunity arises, but for better or for worse, at least this time, for the better, his team did not commit with him there and did not get caught on mid besides him. So Mets get out alive here. Both have full Uber yet again, but it is a midpoint taken for the Germans.
We do see Everex. Maybe he was going to try and jump in there. Second thoughts. Maybe just spam.
What are Polygon and Zemo doing? They're just standing and choke, hoping somebody comes their way, but they just keeps taking spam rockets by Fishkop and have to leave eventually.
Free damage for the logs. Feels good, man.
Apparently. Well, they wanted that themselves, but it just didn't happen. So yeah, stalemate continues. Sticks all over Garage, not wanting to have anybody walk through there for free on Domo's end. Or different ideas, wants to get rid of these, wants to have somebody walk in, make some pressure on the flank. Fishkop it is.
That's what Fishkoff, he's going in through Z, spotted out by Credo. Like he's just going to be he's going to be dealt with that fast. Never mind, he's still alive, goes into the lunchbox, gets the pack. But they do know that he is, Ascent do know that he is behind. Looks like Scout's just going to ignore him for the time being, go back with a combo, but defend it.
Yeah, the question is what they can do with Fishkop behind. They know there's there. That was already going back, wanting to deal with it before anything happens. Spots him out early, has the pack to fall back to as well. Doesn't quite hit the shots, but
yeah,
he's not getting anything done there either, and his team just figures out, let's just fake us if exchange happens in Garage in the meantime.
Yeah, that exchange is not, once again, losing players on the side of Ascent, losing Polygon, Ams and Domo right there on that Uber exchange. Not why it's just another Uber fail. We do see Fishkov on last, or not last, second in fact. He's good, he has the shot on corner, he could get it, doesn't matter. Looks like Stefan's going to rush in and get the clean up there.
That should be free on Domo spawns. It's one man against everything on the red team. That's not quite enough. Even with stickies on the point, can't reach it quite in time to deal the damage, and that exchange was picked Ascent apart. 2 exchanges in a row that didn't go well for them whatsoever, and they are very willing to take these fights. They need to not let people take this much space as easily as they do right now on Warren Suns. They just, after the exchanges, are in much deeper than Ascent would like them to, and with Fishkov behind on top of that, Connor was just doomed to die.
Yeah, that is true, but as we can see, this is the second mid. We do see a War up top and the Domo on the low ground. I think that was a switch up from the last mid, but it doesn't matter. We do see Credit going across, nice, quick there. We do see, never mind, we do see Fishkov going in deep for the medic. So never, it doesn't matter. Stefan getting the clean up on a corner with Warrior's damage. We do see everyone 3 down on the side of Ascent. We do see Connor, Domo, and Polygon down.
Yeah, and then
that was just
comes down to the scouts here, Voxy and Shocky, aka Stefan, is still alive. Team up, get the clean up. Voxy still died, but Zebo is down. Mid-win for the Germans just about. Had the much better starter with the bombs, like you mentioned. They just dumped him deep, dealt a million damage. The scout cleaned up of that. Played a lot safer there, stayed alive for the late with the M fight there. But Ascent just, well, not Ascent, the Germans, sorry, Kelvin especially, was just still in too deep and nobody really with him with the scouts going aggressive, so he got cleaned up by the counter-aggression by Ascent fairly quickly as well. So nice aggression out of the Germans here, works out perfectly for them, but with the added consequence of not having much actually defending the medic anymore. Matt goes down, picks up the crit streak though for the incoming what should be a stalemate, but Ascent might not be ready for it.
Looks like maybe Ascent aren't ready. They never had the spy to check, so they're going to be, you know, a nice wee surprise coming for them very soon. Now, the Uber's going to be there, but they need to try and get the medic quickly. The crits is about to be popped onto Warrior. We do see Fishkov going in, distracting. The Uber does, crits does come out. Uber coming out from the side of Ascent. They do get it. We do see Everex, Fishkov and Warrior going down. It's only 3 up on the side of the Germans. They're going to need to run out. This is a mid loss to them. They're just going to need to, looks like, never mind, looks like they're all just going to start chasing them. Arms going deep once again. We do see everyone else coming to back him up. We do see Stefan caught out. The 2 spawners, the 2 soldier spawners in forward spawn. They haven't capped mid-jet. Yikes.
It would have been interesting to see if one of these soldiers would have actually committed when everybody was busy looking at the scout still, but no one wanted to take the risk to die when they were clearly going to last these sooner or later, which will still be the case after slightly disastrous crits play into second. So didn't get the Germans much mileage on the map, and it gives Ascent a huge advantage to play off into last. They did let this go to waste before, but surely you'd hope they learn from their mistakes, play a lot faster and more effective of it. Still have to deal with a gun. No other off classes yet. Oftentimes you see a sniper in the spawn just hanging back and switching off once he can't really do anything anymore. But without that on the field, Sand is just taking space for breaches now.
Yeah, as they're all coming in right now, Uber has come on the side of Ascent. They're going to try and chase down the medic before he gets Uber. The Uber, well not Uber, just barely getting Uber I think. Kevin going down. You see Warrior going down as well. Crowder getting cleaned up by Stefan. It's just scrappy fight. There's only 3 up on the side of Ascent right now, 4 up in fact. They're all just going to pile on the point. That's a round to Ascent.
Yeah, very clean, very by the books. Standard last push, coming in from one side, figuring out what the other team is pushing all across the point where they have to go, collapse on them completely with what they had on the combo. The Plunk was playing safe up top, not letting anyone flank behind. I think 2 players on the German side wanted to get into the backline through the top area, were just denied by Kradu and Zabo, not letting anything happen there. And with that, post-Uber, they still had everyone safely up and alive and just clean up house from there.
We do see Domo going aggressive off point right away, try to get the sticks on a Warrior, but he's weak. He's going to wait in his garage. We do see Warrior try to get a few sticks off, but let's see how the soldiers work. We do see Everex kind of bombing in, going in for Domo straight away. He does get him, Arm's going to get Fishkoff in the end there for the bomb. We do see Zebasai going in. He does get Kelvin the medic. That's going to clean instantly by Vox.
Yeah, really nice shots coming up out. So this Fishkoff denied early as well does help Ascent quite a bit, but the Sagwave nade comes in anyway. War deep, everybody from the front lines is well.
Oh my god!
Behind.
Everex, he goes in, gets cornered just like that. Also getting Polygon in the process. Also Arms getting up to clean up on him. Not really too good. We do just see Arms just cutting about by himself right now in mid. He's going against Warrior right now. Warrior hitting the pipe on the Arms in the 1v1.
Redeems the bad crits from earlier with some nice added DM on the mid fight here. Helps them win this one just about. Both teams struggling with the way Grand just often plays out on the mid fight, which is the verticality, making these sort of sags after the later parts into the mid fight really hard to deal with. And for the second time in a row, the team with the better start does have to deal with the sag wave immediately afterwards and still loses their medic. Regardless, the Germans keep winning this mid fight anyway. Get the better end of this, Kevin, with barely better spawn at the sticky cleaning. Not quite on point, he gets Voxy. I think somebody shot the sticks with an explosive and they just got bounced into him. When they really shouldn't, Scott goes down. And of the tiny advantage, this is really unfortunate. I feel like the Germans are the kind of team to actually take advantage of these like small ad situations. Really hard now, but they might still take their chances here.
We do see Arms on Spire right now. He is following them up to the lunchbox. See what you can do. Looks like the Uber is popped off. Doesn't matter, they're going to need to go in quick and fast. We do see everyone getting... I need to stop saying that. They do see them get juggled. If we go in for corner popping his Uber right there, they're going to run
hands
in.
on Spy! I didn't even see it, but I sure as hell didn't either. Completely picked apart, losing 2, and the counter Uber keeps getting more and more. Sure, it was a force, but they can't be too unhappy about this on Ascent right now.
Yikes. Doesn't matter, Ascent can now push up now into their mid. Oh, not their mid, now to be their mid. We do see so the Germans just kind of regrouping now. Oh, Domo with the trap. He does get Vortex there, but we do see Warrior getting juggled again.
Yeah, Water's overextending yet again, gets him killed fairly quickly with the second one. The scout down top of that. Zabo already all the way in the backline. This is going to be really difficult to defend, even if they come up to Uber. It's going to be a free force if they're not careful.
They're going to wake their way in right now. We do see Uber popping off out of the side. And then again, we do see it in the side of the Germans right now. Arms taking the fight. He's just going to get cleaned up. Everex doing damage. Nice wee 3k there. Lovely.
When Trocky's chasing all the way deep to get the corner kill on top of that. Ascent just a bit too aggressive. They probably just miscalculated on the Uber situation a bit. Probably hoped it was a bit more even than it actually was, and that War and Sons would not act of that, but that's not the team they are. They will act of that any day they can. And this tiny Uber ad, with just that added little bit of knowledge to know that Ascent is still holding close, just ends in complete destruction and gives them now a much more sizable Uber to possibly use it to last. If Ascent's lucky, only into second, but there's not too much of a resistance here just yet.
Yeah, it looks like they're just giving away second for free with a little bit of spam coming off from Domo there.
Zabo in the backlines gets spotted out in time by Fishkop though, is able to tank the damage and survive. 1 down, 30% add into last, it's going to be sketchy for Ascent.
We're going to need to use the Uber quick because ad's going to be dwindling for the Germans. And it looks like they're going in. Warrior, yeah, going deep, going for the sentry. That's going to get insta-deleted basically right there. We now see the scraps coming on. We do see Everex going in for the bomb on a corner. He does. He gets the second rocket, connects. They're all just on point. Doesn't matter. That was a quick blast right there.
Yeah, and it didn't even matter if Everex hit that shot or not. Sure, he did, and it was arguably a nice rocket and got the medic, but he survived that for so long, and everybody was busy dealing with him on the right side instead of dealing with people, the entire red team for that matter, just slowly approaching the point. No one there to stop it, with Everex still being in their face, so well done there between the two parts of this push, well done, and gets them back into the lead against the Ascent of all teams.
Yeah, we do see this. We do. This mid so far, you know, everyone's pushing out. We do see this Polygon messing up his jump, but Zebosai getting completely denied by the airshot from, I don't know who it was in fact, but it doesn't matter. Everyone weak on the side of the Germans right now. They're just going to heat up. They lose Zebosai and Polygon on the side of Ascent. They're going to watch out. They're going to back off. They don't have any soldiers, and Granary especially. They're going to watch out.
Yeah, and this explosive start by Ascent had a decent beginning, but they did lose too many players to stop the War Suns from coming back in. And that is all they really think about right now. They don't want to keep letting Ascent get away with stalemating. They want to keep putting up pressure, get mid all the way into yard already, not letting this two-player app they have off of the mid when they get away and not use it. So immediately walk into mid once they were healed up, take that one fairly free, get second or into yard at least already as well. Really consequent play here by the Germans, being able to execute these sort of things the way they want to, and Ascent struggling to find answers, it seems like.
Yeah, it looks like so, but looks like they're just going to be waiting about right now. Just kind of cutting about. Do see Kredu on the flank, just watch them bunch up on the left side. Do see Zebo in drop down, in fact. This should be...
Yeah, we'll see if he actually approaches from there at all, though. He's just probably waiting for any sort of play from the rest of the team to distract, so he can be sure that no one's watching drop down. They put on some pressure in full exchange, though. He's the backlines, but there's nothing to do for him now.
Yeah, there's nothing to do, and Ubers have been popped on both sides. That's just two down on the side of Ascent. And it was not the greatest of sacks, or even if you could call it a sack, which gives free reign for the Germans to now just walk on at the point. Not free reign, but good enough advantage to walk on right now. We do see Arms going in deep, just getting completely destroyed there by Warrior Sticks.
They're coming in from top as well. Everex gets a second one to Polygon to make this even easier. Voxy chases down Dormo on top of that. Sense crumbling in the stalemate right now, what used to be a stalemate, just by own decision making not working out the way they want to.
As we see, Warrior just kind of sitting there, just spamming off Zebasai from the pipe. We do see Kredu try to go up and clean him up, but we do see we have Arms snipe rather than Kredu. Never mind, he's off it now.
Yeah, not deciding to off-class just yet. Goes back to spawn, picks up the sniper rifle. Don't want to make this too easy into last. Does take an aggressive angle here for the moment being. Oftentimes you just see them in spawn, but that's mostly when you have this ad and can't afford to be close. They can kind of now look for an angle. Kelvin's medigun surely has been spotted around the corner there with the beam, so they know where the med is. That's the pick they want, but obviously that's the pick Kelvin's probably not trying to let them get in the first place. Scout just to make sure that they know where the snipers as well. Play safe around it, but they just keep giving them space. But Fishkopf still holding a close top with Everex at War on Lunchbox side as well, so it's not completely free space for the taking. But they need to be careful that nothing gets past these stickies by War to get to Kelvin quickly.
Yeah, slowly they're edging their way in right now. We do see Kredu. Arms getting Warrior, that's a demo down. Sticky's now cleared, they can walk right in right now. And that's what they're going to be doing, they're just edging their way in. We do see Fishkopf still up top right now, he's not been spammed out, but there is Everex just outside Lunchbox, but never mind, he's going to get done right there. So they can just take the point. Everex, still a Lunchbox, he's going to be getting out.
Yeah, really nice play by Ams, just sneaks past the stickies, gets the demo for free, and everybody consequently getting space with that. But the Germans, as per usual, not giving up of these small situations where they can make things better for themselves. Take an exchange and Z get Dormo with it as well. And Polygon.
Doesn't matter so far, they're two down on the side of Ascent. The Germans probably going to look to work off this advantage. Zebasai still behind in Lunchbox, he's just going to be maybe lose to Everex, but they do have a heavy now in the scout. They can just walk on point, there's going to be no denial, easy peasy, nice round.
Yeah, Ascent is just getting taken apart in these exchanges, which is something they want to actively play around a lot, from what I've seen from them in the past few weeks in the preseason, as well as this game, especially. They've gone for a few exchanges, but they keep being better for the Germans, which in the past also been a team to do that a lot, but it seems that the team cohesion and coordination about those even if just a little bit of decision making as well, is just that much better for Warren Suns right now.
So they are at the round advantage, but let's see if they can win this round, or this mid in fact. We do see right off the bat, we do see Fishkov going in for the bomb, Stefan getting the clean up on there. Looks like they're just going to get out. Domo's really weak. The Germans holding back a wee bit. Looks like they're going to give this mid. They know they have the heals. They do lose 2 players. We do lose Stefan and Fishkov. So they're going to be taking it in right now. They know they have the heals. Zebasai waiting, no one spots. He's going in for Kelvin. He gets him, gets the 2 rockets.
FRX and Houston Boxy just completely blindsided by that. I think that I actually refuse to believe FRX didn't see that, but somehow it slipped past them and just gets the kill for Frida, the medic down. That is a huge difference maker. This could have been space all the way into second for almost 3 for the Warren Suns team here, but now it's just going to turn all the way around, and Warren Suns need some answers here.
You see Fishkov jumping up the crate. Now he's cratered. He's gone. Bye bye. Yeah, they're just going to need to get out. There's no point staying in mid when, you know, the meds just spawn. They're at a disad. Fishkov's down right now.
See how much Ascent can actually do with this advantage here. They have about 25% ad. Mid obviously already gone. Forward spawn doesn't quite have the off-class that you would want in this situation, so nothing much being done there between the NG that's already back and Fishkov still stuck there, trying to hopefully make something happen, but Ascent's aware. They rotate away from that as well, just to be safe, and have this Uber come in from Lunchbox.
Now Uber has popped off. They're going to now get Everex. He's gone. Amps is getting the frag on him. Looks like they're just kind of peek. They go, no, we ain't pushing this, and going to go back into second. Never mind actually going back in. They get Wahar, yeah, he's down. But never mind, Vortex on the shotgun getting Zebasai. Looks like the scout up top, Credo, trying to do a bit of damage.
It looks like this sneaky upper push, not quite as effective as they really wanted to after they had a similar play with Zebro alone, work a lot better here, so the Germans learning from their mistakes, not getting surprised by a sudden push from top. Staying alive, keeping their medic safe, having the Uber ad as well to come into second, and the Ascent needs to be careful not to be surprised by a sudden push as well. Amps, not so lucky though, he wants to play across it there and just keep seeing where things are, but maybe for a little bit too long, so will get taken out, and one pick might not be making a huge difference, technically speaking, but of the fact that they still have ad, they might opt to do something here. But no, they just play it safe right now. Looks like as the timer is ticking down, the Germans as well changing their mindset about the game, trying to play this just a bit more safely here.
Yeah, Ascent need to do something if they want to break this lead from the Germans, and they're just waiting outside. Both teams do have Uber, so they're going to need to watch out what they're doing. It looks like they're going to be taking it up to the lunchbox. Polygon and Arms, Connor ready. Just waiting. He gets sees Fishkov, they're getting spammed out. Polygon jumping in, goes in for Kelvin. He has to force, or gets forced I should say, the Uber outside. Connor backing right out, keeping his Uber. The next push coming from Shutter probably.
Yeah, with these 2 down it's gonna be sketchy, but they want to make the best of the Uber advantage they got out of this play here and just be in deep, get Kelvin, get War. Not too shabby yet.
Yeah, looks like Wahar, yeah, Everex. Most of the players down on the side of the Germans. Ascent have a relatively easy cap right now. We do see Stefan taking the fight. Arms getting a nice wee 2k on Fishkov and Stefan. There's only a sentry on last right now. Can Arms beat that? That's the question.
Yeah, and it just keeps going forward for Ascent. Don't want to waste any time here despite the ad. Want to play off the player ad they have, not the Uber one. Immediately onto the point, putting up a lot of pressure, but not quite finding the damage just yet, or at least knock the kills off of it. And nice rocket by Trish as well. Just says no to any of that.
He ain't having any of it today. So another strong hold from the Germans once again. Looks like they're going to be taking this back in a second. We do see Ascent nearly have Uber once again. They're going to quickly build it. Maybe they're going to take it up from Lunchbox once again, or not. They're going to maybe. Oh yeah, they are going to take it from Lunchbox.
They do still have the advantage though, so with this one they are, like you said, coming up from top, wanting to use this advantage and play in deep into last, get 1-2 kills immediately. Second still slowly being capped, but no demo to stop anything, and Angie not having the gun ready yet. Might just be what they need. They take so long though that Kelvin gets the
And Polygon with the air shot, just right there. Doesn't matter, we do see everyone going on point, but doesn't matter, Ascent are going to get it just there.
Yeah, well executed. They gambled a bit with getting out on that one once Kelvin had. They left really late for the rotation, but rotation on the flank came in just in time. One scout I think was still in deep, and everybody else that was not on the Uber just waddled in from top to drop down once the Uber faded and get the kills quickly. that keeps Ascent in the game just barely. 2-3 scoreline with 2 minutes left. All it takes is one good mid-fight, but those have been fairly even so far. See as Fishkop jumps up high, Avax as well taking enemy side behind them, want to take some position away and just be annoying, deal some damage from the backline. But they're not really finding that, they're just taking it themselves between Avax and Fishkop. Zebosure goes down, and Amps as well means they're down a lot. Fishkop's exit deep, gets the kill onto Connor, and that is really, really detrimental as Warnsons otherwise just played safe all the way in the backlines of their own choke and just relied on the soldiers to get the minimum requirements to be able to stalemate this down. And that seems to be working just fine. They got themselves out of this one alive with a minute and a half left. Hems on Spy with this one as well. Will be interesting to see how this ends up for the last minute and a half. He could still be turned around with Amps on Spy, especially if he gets the stab timely. Warnson's not really wanting to let this happen though. Just slowly coming back in, wanting to just take mid away before anything is being done by Ascent.
Okay, hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. But you see Everex getting a polygon there. Everex also getting arms. Good rocks coming out from him. Kelvin going down as well. 2 arms by. I have just joined, so
Yeah, it could be worse, but it could be a lot better. A minute left is not much time to work your way back out of second from, but with this ad they have and Connor playing it safe off of that, they do have exactly what they need here. Just needs a good push right now. There's a lot to ask for with the Germans, Warnsons here. Fully aware of what Ascent needs to do and just needing to waste these 40 seconds.
yeah, that's true. There is only 30 seconds left in the round. We're going to just see garbage. Not really much can be done. Ascent going on. Zebasai getting a good few frags coming out. Just chasing the Germans back. Bye bye.
Not much time left though, 20 seconds, and mid has not even been capped yet. Surely there's no way Ascent can work their way back from this. They're trying, I admire their ambitions here, but it's gonna be a matter of possibilities at this point, coming to seconds, barely 8 seconds left, no one on the last point yet. And even then, Kelvin gets even T- nothing anymore at this point. Just can't pop on the point, play safe from them, blow up everything with it. There we go. Warnsons with the first, arguably upset of the season, a matter of like one game being played already. They take a map off of Ascent 2-3 in admittedly close fashion, but they do it anyway and looked a lot better in a few of these situations here, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, sorry about that. My mumble died and my TF2 had no sound, so Ray. Also just, I don't know what happened. My computer just decided to die. Feels bad, man. Anyway, I think it was a strong showing from the Germans. They did it.
Yeah, they looked so much better in the exchanges, which, like I said before, is something Ascent tried to work on for the past few seasons, even with the different roster they have now, to use to their advantage a lot. But this Div 1 move-up team, sure, with some Prem experience on it across the board, but this Div 1 like promotion team just comes in here and shows them how it's really done in a matter of 30 minutes and just comes out ahead on at least one of the 2 maps you're seeing today. Granary goes the Germans' way, taking 3 surprising points their way, which will matter a lot going forward. If Ascent at any point can come back to the strength we're used to seeing from the roster, getting 3 points out of a team like that will matter a lot in the long run going into playoffs.
Also, the next map is Gully, so it's going to be more demo oriented, so maybe Domo can shine a bit more.
Alright, let's see some logs. He said demo oriented. Let's see how they played so far between the 2 teams. I need to pull them up because I am slow as always.
Hams with a damage second. Oh my god. 8,500 damage as a scout on Granary. Gamer.
That is quite a bit, but at the same time, Ascent's scout, well, especially AMS, obviously, just always was super aggressive, which, for better or for worse, got him into a lot of trouble a lot of the times. And there were just a few situations that I can just remember where Ascent was still in deep when he really couldn't be. He didn't die that much, technically speaking, but every time he did, it was just such an avoidable death, it felt like. And in comparison to that, Kredu not having a fun time, either not having the liberties of having the beam on him a lot, with AMS having 23% heals, Kredu just 18, a lot of which in the sniper stalemate, I would assume. So, not the most fun time for one of the scouts, where the other wanted to have a lot of fun, but just couldn't as much as he wanted to. And the spam classes, especially Yavax and Fishcup, if you just look at kills and damage, able to capitalize off of this, catching them by surprise a lot, and work off of that. War didn't even need to do that much in comparison anymore. Sure, you could just look at that as having not a good game, but it clearly worked in a favor to have War be a lot more reserved than we usually see him. He really wasn't that much of the leading figure as he usually is, a few times maybe, but not as much as per usual in the past few seasons. He did actively play. Interesting to see, but it did work in their favor here, getting them the win. Matt Dev's kind of close as well, nothing too surprising there. Anything else that's outstanding here? Let's see.
Not really.
Yeah, I guess the outstanding thing is that, well, not really outstanding, but just interesting comparison. If you look at the heal stats, you see Domo being the tank, obviously, for his team, not too uncommon these days, where a lot more old school approach, which should be surprising with both War and Shockey on their team, Everx being just the tank for the team, everybody else taking a little bit more of a back role, especially War being the leading demo man that he likes to be, leaving a bit more of the heals to both Everx and the Pocket Scout Vox Tech in this case, and making a big difference between how these teams approach things. Obviously, War had less of an immediate impact here, but he seems to still do the job just fine for them with Everx dealing all the damage. Voxy able to clean up well off of that. And it seems to be just about good enough for them to work, so the difference of playstyles clearly shows and worked in their favor here.
Well, let's see how the playstyles work up this map on Gully Wash.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think that's all about I can really say about the exchanges. I guess what's interesting is Death After Charges being one more for Kelvin than for Connor, because for how much I mentioned the exchanges going better for them, apparently Connor didn't die as much after them as Kelvin, even if it's just a single one of a difference here. It is still a little bit surprising, but yeah, Gully Wash next will be interesting. You looked at the demo, you looked forward to the demos, he said, for these maps. After the logs telling us how they play a little bit different, I'm interested to see how this goes, with Domo being the classic like front demo and War being a lot more of the reserved further back demo, with the soldiers and the scouts taking more of the aggression here on the combo.
The only downside for the scouts is going to watch out for the spam though, because although Warrior is still playing the reserve type of demo, he's still going to be putting spam down range.
Yeah, he's still obviously going to have an impact, just in a different way. And on a map like Kalidas, will be interesting to see if it rewards Domo's aggression a bit more than Everax's and Voxy's, for that matter, if they can shut them down a bit more. I'm curious to see how this will go. Also, not irrelevant to note here is that it's a little bit more of a sniper-friendly map, Granary probably being about the worst map to play sniper on. They tried on last, which is just about the only place you can really do it effectively on, because he does have this huge sideline to fall back to and be fairly safe, not have to commit to crazy things. On Gully, you might not have as big of a sideline on average, but still really good ones on just about any point, be it mid-second or last, to take advantage of. Maybe we'll see some more desperation plays coming out and they decide to opt for double scout sniper, Kredu picking up the rifle, Zebo picking up the scatter gun, to either slow down the pace or just change the general playstyle in their favor and force the Germans to approach their team the way they want to, instead of having the Germans play whatever way they prefer.
We'll just need to find out, because, last match, I'd say that maybe this will be an upset for Warriors team. I personally think that myself. I think it might go the other way. I think Ascent will take this.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ascent has what it takes here, but they certainly need to adapt. There were a lot of things that were just in straight comparison better for them, to the point where it's clearly on Ascent to make the move to play better here. And we'll see how that goes for them, as people obviously slowly join the server. We're just waiting for that to happen. They do take their time here to figure out as well, hopefully, what went wrong. Amps is definitely the kind of guy to focus on these sort of things for his team and try to make things go better walking forward. But also the kind of guy to just want to like brute force the way of what has been, or should be working, I should say, in the past, when he knows it could, and just knows that it leads or misses on execution for them. Because that's what it feels like. They have the basis, but they just don't have the sort of like fine touch at the end to really finish off things. They get the kills, get the damage on the board if they start the exchanges, or shut things down when they need to stop people going forward.
Yeah,
And that is, I think, what's missing.
Yeah, also, yeah, the chemistry is, it's not really there at the moment. There's only, half the roster left, so it's only Arms, Credo. I think it was, I forgot it was last season, Connor as well, I'm pretty sure. My brain may be failing me. It usually does, but that doesn't matter.
Either way, I mean, I mentioned it like in one of the moments on Grand for like a short second. First game in Prem for Vex and Voxy, and immediately taking not just a win, but a win against a team of Ascent's caliber is a good start to anyone's Prem career, if you want to put it that way, to anyone's like first showing into Prem. Not everybody can say for themselves. Really strong showing. Obviously, they're not going to be happy with just 3 points. They want more of this, preferably 6, as the most they can get here. Obviously, we'll see how that goes. Ascent is going to be kicking themselves for losing that though. That was a really close game, regardless of the things that went wrong for them. They were able to keep it fairly even for the most part, or at least not like too much skewed to Warren's favor, to the point where it was a complete stomp. So they're going to be upset about that for sure, but they can't let that get to them and let that affect their mentality about this. Just keep on playing like everything is fine and just fix the mistakes that are quickly fixable for that matter.
Guys, I hope EverX gets the Premiership breakthrough of the season, the player of the season, guys. EverX, come on.
I mean, there's a lot of competition this season. Goon Squad being a full team of well, actually not a full team, actually. Don't I think about it? I think D-Toad played Premiership before and DQZ, so almost a full team. But that makes already 6 Prem newbies, so to speak, in competition. He makes a strong showing for it now, but there's still, at bare minimum, 6 more weeks to play, plus playoffs, which is not looking impossible for a team that can take Ascent to this close of games. So we'll see how that goes for them.
Well, all players are here. They just need to, God knows what they're doing. They're just trash talking each other in the chat right now.
Well, it's nice to know that War would never let his kids do drugs. That is very responsible from the dad of the team. But that doesn't matter right now, as we're going into map number 2, Gully Wash, after a first map win on Granary, going one sun's way against Ascent.EU.
Yeah, well, let's see who's rolling out the fastest. Who's the quickest gamer in the West? Let's find out. Well, it looks like both of them are equally quick as each other. We do see Woharye running the lock and load. Bit gay, but okay. So, not really much happened. We do, never mind. Polygon just going down to see with double fish golf and Stefan's duel there. Woharye going down to a Credo. Kelvin, Zebzo just doing his job as per. Germans taking this somehow, although they lose their medic.
Yeah, and I mean, you could precise the lock and load. I don't like it personally either, but it's Pride Month, so we let it slide. And yeah, mid-win for them, but Connor staying alive, so nice recognition that it did go wrong. We need to abandon, get our medic out of this, and have a potential repush coming in. A few situations like this we've seen before on Grand. Let's see if they can repeat this successfully, for that matter, onto Gully Wash mid. Not be forced early, and if they do get something out of the Uber sticks forward, Fishcop close as well is all they really need to contend with, as well as a lot of locknout spam, which, as we criticized it before, is easily getting the range advantage over the other few options that Demo can have here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be making their win right now. Polygon going in for EverX. He goes down to Polygon's rocket.
But the backup coming up with Shocky, they are forced to retreat and deal with that. So little camp on mid.
They still have the Ripper though. Just Domo nearly staying alive. We do see Stefan going in deep for Polygon. He gets the pack. Oh no, this is not looking too good. They lost 3 players there. They're getting 1 spawner right now. Looks like Ascent can just take this mid. We do see Warrior still spamming. Zebaside jumping up to get a bit of spam off to them. They should be getting out.
But they're committing. Yeah, they want to take the spike. EverX getting forced by Polygon. And despite the early pick onto Zebo, it's not the best situation. They have to slightly maneuver 2 down though for Ascent here afterwards. It's making things slightly playable for the Germans.
I'm heavily criticising War for the lock and load uses right now, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get the clean up on Credo. Aham's going to get Vortex. Trades on both sides. Woharye going down. Fishkoff, Stefan. Aham's doing a bit of work, getting a 2k right there. The only one up is Kelvin. EverX just coming out shut right there. They chase him down. He's going to get out. Oh no, EverX down. They're going to chase him. Aham's going in deep. Still going. Does he get it? Going for the last stand. Doesn't hit the kill bind. Bye bye.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better already for Ascent in these sort of even situations where Warnsund just want to take space easily. They need to find a better balance between respecting a team that will constantly put on aggression, but not respect them when they really shouldn't. In this case, they had enough players to not let them get through the choke point for free, with Domo spawning just in time as well to put on some extra damage. No good reason, as long as they're playing consequent about it, to let them get through choke for free. Didn't let anything slip through and get the kills easily, and now have Uber as last massive reward for it.
Yeah, they do have the sentry up, they're just going to be careful of that. It's just smacking it with his wrench. There's Zebo and Credo under water right now. He's just cutting about, going for the heavy. You need to watch out. Heavy getting arrowed left, right, centre. Well, mainly centre. Sticks going off Zebo side, try to go to the point, get a bit of cap time going on. Warrior still in secret. Looks like Ascent going to be backing off. They've lost 2 players and they're quite weak.
A bit tame by Ascent. Sure, they busted into the right side fairly aggressively, but after that they were content with just sitting on right side, not really much pressure outside of a little bit under the point, where they did manage to keep themselves alive though, and they were not able to take any space on the left side. The heavy and NG just too much to deal with for Ascent, and the Uber at that point faded already, not being able to really contest that in any really feasible fashion, so it was just sitting on right and spamming, and that didn't mean much for the Germans to not be able to stop them, as they now approach into second pop, but not really catching anything at all though.
Yeah, it was wasted. Looks like Ascent going to be wrapping right around, coming in where they're Uber now. They do use it right now. They're going to get Everex, Kelvin and Fishkoff all going down. Domo and Credo just cleaning up. Stefan getting Zebo side though. Stefan's only one in last. There's still a sentry up level 3. The Inge just doing his job. Warher, yeah, half health. They're going to watch out. 2 players down. The sentry is down. The Eagle trying to get the point. There is no sticks on it. Warher, yeah, is down. Arms watching out. We do see Fishkoff on the point. Bit scrappy right now.
So long for Ascent. Yeah, exactly. It should not have been this sketchy of a fight, but it is. They had all this damage. They only had to get past the gun, but the focus fire was just lacking. Still trying to fight this somehow.
Everex.
Surprising them, nothing on the point anymore, as all of Warnsund went forward, which means Zebo on the point for free.
Oh no, looks like Zeboside baits the entire, not really baiting, but drags the entire of the Germans back. Credo and Connor get out.
Yeah, it's damage reduction only for sure, but it is necessary one for that matter, and they still want to put on pressure. They don't even have yet both Uber and spawners for that matter. Credo just goes down alone in the lower lobby, and second is still being lost. They do have a tiny advantage. They're lacking a player right now, and Amp's already trying to overextend, but realizes in time that it's not quite the best decision to make here, and off the back of that they don't really have good position yet to take advantage of the Uber position. They're finding themselves in. Kelvin closing in on his own, and Ascent not ready to use the arguably small advantage they had, but it is slipping away from them.
Well, it is slipped away right now. It is even quite, well, right now in fact. Maybe they're going to be taking it through big door. Looks like everyone's rotating there. It is likewise with Ascent. We do see Zeboside jumping around into the lobby. No one's really spotted them just yet. Everyone's just kind of taking the fight to each other. We do see them wrap around once more, and he choke. They're going in for Warrior. Warrior completely destroyed. The Uber popping off from both sides. One pick, they're just going to get out. They're just taking this exchange. They're getting out, avoiding all the damage. Kelvin's Uber is now gone.
But they rotate quickly with Polygon hiding behind as well. Went into balcony behind them, picks up Fishkoff with that for free, which is by the combo.
The gamer. He just suffered a load of damage.
Shock in front of Connors, gets the kill. That down, all of this effort just negated by just not being able to stop people flooding in. Kelvin weaker on the pressure still coming in. Amps goes down, takes the pack. The medic here staying just about alive.
Just alive though, but now they're going to have a, I'd say, 40-50% ad. It's not much, well, it is half ad, but they can work with it, I suppose.
That's nothing to scoff at, yeah. And I mean, we've seen him use like 20 ad before and grind at least once, quite sniping, to try to make the Uber situation a little different here, preferably 0 on Kelvin's medic. He needs to hit the shot on the medic first, and there's so much damage coming their way. Voxy biting the dust for the team there, and that's all they really get here. Not quite what Ascent was looking for. Will maybe just about slow them down, lacking a player here, especially the pocket scout. A lot of denial gone that the Germans need to be careful about, not to be jumped upon with the combo. They need to be playing safe here.
They have called right now. Looks like they're going to go in with Ascent's ad slowly catching up, or I should say even slowly catching up. Looks like they're going to be back out, keep the Uber as, never mind, Credo going to get Stefan. Looks like they're just going to be, never mind, Ascent wrapping round into big door, try to catch them out. Looks like the Germans are just going to catch them off and nip it in the bud.
No!
lock and load, but it
Gets
doesn't
sniped
matter.
immediately though. Both teams are just trying to play to the strength of just War just hanging about with the lock and load and winning the M fight easier than he ever should have right to. While Credu is just picking up the sniper rifle and doing what he's doing best, hitting heads and leaving no survivors. Keeps this numbers wise even and keeps Ascent in this upper, feeding into Victor here.
That's karma for using a lock and load War. Get a headshot up you. But speaking of up you, it looks like Ascent are now going to go in. We do see the Germans use the Ruber first. Ascent now using theirs. It is now not really exchange. We do see Fishkov caught out, but he's going to jump out from behind. They're going to chase him back, giving the Germans plenty of time to just get ready. Looks like they're going to walk in.
That's just falling back, which I can just presume was expecting Ascent to just keep going forward as well, not chasing Fish. They're playing it safe here. Fish still alive though after the chase. Really unfortunate for Ascent to have him behind, especially with how much of an impact that can have on this sort of position in the game when it's still even people waiting for the viewers. You can't safety pop when the player is approaching you from the backlines. Credu on Sniper and Zebo on Scout though has been working quite well so far, letting the Germans take so much less space safely. Double chase by the Scout behind, eventually picking up Fishkop here. And while the stalemate is slowly starting even, they already have a player to work off with the Sniper able to take a bit more space, a bit more easily.
Looks like they're going to be taking more space in Big Door with everyone bunching around Credo right now. See War, yeah, with the spam, try to hit more pipes. God bless him.
Amps again doing amp swings, just trying to walk in behind for free. Not alone though, this time Zebo backs him up. They're taking all the space in Big Door off the kills they have. Domo winning a fight against War as well, and they're just taking so much space for free.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be running in with Uber right now, getting Credo off the bat, but Uber's going to be... They drop Credo to in the Ascent Uber, they're going to now rush their lobby, chasing everyone down. Everex on arms, but as Uber's still not faded, they're all in the lobby. Looks like they're going to fall apart, Kelvin going down, Domo cleaning up Zebo's damage. It's just a complete catastrophe on the knockdown, man.
I mean, that was just such a heads-up play by Zebo there. He didn't even get the kill necessarily. He might not even hit much damage, I didn't see. But he just expected them to come this way, and they could not leave main. Easy cleanup for Domo from that point forward, and well played by all of Ascent. This is the sort of cohesion that was lacking on any sort of aggressive play they had in Granary, where it was just a lot more messy for either side, but much more so favorable for the Germans. They could capitalize off of this much more. A bit more cohesion here, and the double scout sniper has been working well so far. Opt for double scout, double solido into last, not wanting this to stalemate out too long, want to just have the immediate impact of the damage classes instead of the pick classes. We'll see if that gets them any success though.
Well, they now have Uberad, they're going to take it in whilst they still can. Slowly do it. They do have the pyro to deflect all sticks coming from the demo right now. There is sticks on point, they walk across it. They are going to be sitting in water right now, baiting all the sticks on point. We do see Water, you getting corner, Polygon drop down arms, but it doesn't matter, Credo and Zebzai on point and getting it.
That looked a bit weird with both Amps and Connor walking Uber over the point, not really wanting to chase anything under the point and not anything coming from River to meet them up on the other side to pincer the people under, which was I think Avex and War. So they were just standing on the point waiting to die, and they did admittedly as well, but then once the 6 were gone, easy cleanup for the rest of them. Double jump point, Scout was still there to clean up, so bit of a weird approach, but it did the job just fine.
Second mirror of the game, let's see how it goes. We do see Fishkov dropping down first, Everex going in for Credo for some odd reason, and we do see both soldiers and Kelvin go down to Polygon with a nice bomb there. What are you going to get cleaned up by Zebasai? Domo getting all sorts, pipes left, right and centre.
That was again just so unconventional by Ascent. You never want your scouts on the long run here, but they use it in their favors. They had the scout chase weak soldiers under the point, and everybody on War and Sun just figured those are easy kills, like focus those down first, and everybody looked down, double soldier bomb up enemy side. At the same time, no denial whatsoever with everybody looking on the floor instead of up. And both soldiers as well as Domo walking across the point completely picked them apart. Well done by Ascent. Looks like the teamwork is slowly coming back, and it is what they desperately needed last map. Admittedly a bit more desperately than now, where they're already in the lead, but it's still a close game, so it better be another round on the board for them here.
They do have a pyro to just stop everything, but you know, it's a few seconds off the Uber. The sentry is, well, never mind, the sentry is down out of Credo's sniper winger. It looks like they're just going to try and get everyone. Domo, everyone just clean up into the damage, everyone's just going to go point. There's only 2 up, never mind, it's a white man, that's an easy round for Ascent. What a, it was a turnaround for them, I should say.
Yeah, that was really decisive. Strong mid fight into really strong last push, not letting anything get out of the right side shutter door into spawn in the first place, and everything that was not in spawn yet did just die immediately, be it at spawn, be it in or on the point, just bombed immediately afterwards after they got the space they wanted to. Really quick, really decisive, and gets the 3-round lead in just a few minutes after the first one.
Well, we do see both soldiers going in the drop down right all of a sudden. We do see Everex going in for a nice big bomb, getting spammed away with the scouts. We do see Zebasai going in, gets a rocket, and Kelvin can he clean up? He does get another rocket. That's Waharye, Stefan, Everex all going dropping. There's only one up, and that's Vortex. He's going to get out, maybe take a fight. He is behind. That's another mid to Ascent. Nice, clean, and surgical.
It looks so different than before. It just seems like they all collectively remembered how to play as a team much more than before, and it just clicked in their heads, and suddenly it just all floods forward. Barely 30 seconds to a minute last the last round, and then a minute and a half even, sorry. Lost the last round, and then we immediately back on the next last push here.
Yeah, and also they're going in with Uber. The Uber's just faded. We do have not the cleanest. We do see Stefan weak. We do have Scout in a corner, just waiting. We do see Zebasai getting. He has to jump out. The double bomb right there, but it doesn't matter. Center dropping too many players. Connor, the last one alive. It was a good hold coming from that comeback. The comeback from the mid that the Germans just had.
Yeah, and that's where mentality comes in. Ascent just really optimistic about it now at this point, just flooding into last, but not denying left side spawn after people did not get deleted on the right side as last time, so people could just rotate spawn and keep being alive, come in with the rotation, and like you said, double bomb in, destroy them completely. Ascent wasn't ready for it, did not deny these spawners, and have to pay a hefty price, which is losing the last push, losing second, and looking like a lost midpoint for now as well. Lots of spam for the sniping, but none of which leading to much success yet.
Yeah, also they're just going to. Oh, never mind. Credo going down. Waharye, nice and aggressive, getting Credo. That's a sniper down. They have one soldier down as well, just by default, because Zebosai is on Scout. We do see Arms switching to Engineer, get the sentry gun up.
Yeah, Ascent playing safely, like you said, trying to set up on last. Actually, heavy it is. No time for the gun, just have the tank on the field as is. Get the super up in time, 8% surely won't happen in time, but maybe just about in time for the post-super fight.
It looks like we do see Vortex going straight on the point for the demo, and he does get him. Domo and Polygon down. We do see Credo heavy coming out, and now we do see Everex still behind point. Just try to spam now. Connor really beat Everex. Oh my god! Can he win it? Arms is the only one alive. We do see Fishkoff coming up. Can he clean up Arms? This could be it. Oh no, it's meant to be Arms. He just needs to hit a stall, and that'll be him. Come on, Kelvin. Doesn't get it.
That was so unfortunate. That was such a nice bit of little coordination there at the end between everybody. So unfortunate they didn't win that, but you could see Shocky just walking up the right side spawn once it was only these few players on the point to try to hide for something, but the moment Ascent saw that, they wanted to just get the free kill onto him, and then everybody just striking people underway on the point and got all these kills. Close one, but Ascent hanging in there, keeping the 2-0 scoreline alive.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to be in mid right now. Germans just kind of looks like they're backing out and choke. They're just kind of, well, no having this today. The Uber's kind of was like 10, 15 ad, not really much. Still something though, if they really want to push aggro. That is Ascent we're talking about here.
We'll see if they take the chances they have before, and for the moment they just want to have space taken for free, not even wait for the advantages here, just use the fear factor of knowing that they have the Uber before the DuMmTm will have, and use that to their advantage, and it seems to be working. One Sun's falling back of damage and the Uber factor at the moment, just slowly walling back to us. Debo died,
and also,
it's a loss, but they want to use it.
Arms in deep already, going for the medic, trying to get it, but they don't know that he has Uber. They're just milking it so hard. Kelvin just popping it now after the milking has just finished. They're going to chase him all through River. Credo, Connor, Polygon, all going to die, so Credo's actually still alive, never mind. Arms is in water though, they haven't spotted them, they don't know. Everex, maybe I've just spotted them. Who knows, never mind, he's been spotted.
Fortunate for Amsterdam to be called out of the little hiding spot, but either way, yeah, like you said, they wanted to play aggro there as much as they could after taking space on second for free, but did not get them much at all. Unfortunately, just being picked apart themselves off of a much better Uber for the Germans.
Kelvin dodging and weaving right there, man. Woohoo!
Yeah, that makes all the difference. Honestly, there was a chance they could have maybe backed off if the Uber came out earlier, but no chance on that. That's gonna happen now. Polygon sags in, gets a lot of damage. People are weak, but there's no one in to clean up. Zebo obviously not on field yet.
You see now, I think it was Fishkoff going in, gets Credo. We do see Am's getting up Everex there. It's just trade for kill after kill. But there's 4 down on the side of Ascent. There's only 1 down on the side of the Germans. They can easily push in. We do see Zebel in forward spawn.
See if it has an impact. They're just sitting there, but the stakes are already ready, and they probably heard it. If not, either way, you should be aware of the possibility of being sticky up in forwards. And now falling back, no sniper either, to take a cheeky shot as the push comes into last.
Warrior going in deep, it doesn't matter. They just got Uber in time. And he's just going to get completely destroyed by Polygon and every spam that's unimaginable. We do see Domo going down as well to Votex. We do see Zebasai behind, but it doesn't matter. Everex on the job, getting him cleaned up. Just like a good Janny.
Yeah, and let's see if they want to capitalize off of this little bit of chaos here, lack of proper last hold. They sure are, just flooding in straight up to Connor. They lose a lot of place for it, but just about enough to get the
Connor
match.
going
But
down.
Kelvin was in with it.
The Scout's doing massively. Arms and Credo getting frag after frag, oh my.
Saving that one for the team, really, and a bit of luck as well. I did not expect Kelvin to be within the last point anywhere close, just hanging back. I would have expected Manic to be, but no, he was in with that. They wanted to make this proper push, not just a messy sack wave. And they took their chances, did not work out the way they wanted to. Sure, they got Connor, but lost Kelvin in the midst of that. Not working out the way they hoped to, and losing sack off the back of that as well hurts quite a bit with the timer ticking down against them now heavily.
Have around 10 minutes to get 2 rounds, the Germans, which is possible, but with the way that Ascent's playing right now, debatable.
Ascent looking a lot stronger than before, and it makes a big difference. They're both trading one out with Shocky here. Not the biggest of impact for the stalemate you would assume, but if anything, the scout down is always a little bit more sketchy in my opinion than a soldier. It's just that little bit of easy meta denial lacking. That could be abused a lot easier than just a soldier being down.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be waiting for the Ubers. Both teams do have Ubers right now. They could take an exchange. Looks like maybe Ascent might be trying to go for exchange. They are crowding around Choke. Well, Connor's actually quite near pack, never mind.
Yeah, so nothing really happening off of these picks, but it was an even exchange, so not surprising. Speaking of even exchange, poor exchange started not even at all though, with Ascent having the much better end of this, trying to get Everex behind into lobby, not happening now. Voxy as well denied, trying to repush here, and nothing really happening favorably for the Germans out of this exchange.
Apart from losing Everex. I don't know, it looks like they tried to bait Ascent by dropping Everex behind them and then they pushed back in, but it just never worked out.
Yeah, unfortunate for them, but at the same time, it looks like Ascent's really content with just sitting here and not using this one player ad, take like a risky push into mid, or let alone even just have a sack going at this point, just trying to preserve their lives and hope for a better opportunity to come their way as the Germans hopefully have to run into a brick wall of a good hole. We'll see if they have those though.
So they're in big though right now. It looks like spam coming out from the Domo and co, but they do have Uber on the side of Ascent now. There is 10% left for the Germans. They're going to have it. It's just a matter of time before they push in. A matter of time until they have Uber. It looks like Domo peeking aggressively right now, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get an arrow just before he dies. Warrior is going to go in. He's really weak. 13 HP. He can get killed any second now, but it doesn't matter. The Uber gets flashed on him. Zebasai, he's gone. Don't know why I said him. But Stefan getting credit getting Stefan right there.
Polygon with a fight and shows the push cop and Medic guy as well on top of that with just this massive fight in lobby and big door going Ascent's way. Otherwise though, as they're cleaning up everything beyond that, as Amps chasing all the way deep for the Medic, push cop completely isolated with Domo still busy in front of him. Sure, he gets the cleanup kills onto both him and Amps there, but with the Medic down, that's the one thing you wanted to prevent in the first place. Really unfortunate there. Really messy fight, but they had a feeling they wanted to take an exchange there into a repush or something like that and make it work their way, and it worked in some way, I should say, as the Medics did die, but on both sides, so not really in anyone's favor.
And not really, but and again, just looks like, as you said, they're content. Everex looks like he's going to go in. Doesn't matter. Ham's just going to get the frag on him there. Warrior going down as well. That is their demo down. Oh, this is not looking too good for the Germans right now.
Yeah, Connor is weak though, so they need to be careful to approach any and all pressure into mid to not be spammed a little bit and Connor losing his life, but everybody leading in wide and far before the Medic comes in, just making space and making sure nothing comes his way. Playing safe when they need to and taking the midpoint forward as a reward. Works out just fine here. Not really a huge game changer for the Uber situation, as it's still mostly even. Both medics just about getting it any second here, and just moving the stalemate up 1 point. But if you're up 2 rounds, that means a whole lot.
Now this is Rebel kind of jumping in, just getting near the pack, just kind of waiting for a bit of spam. Doesn't really matter. They're going to back out. They have Evo and Uber. Just kind of waiting for a sack, I suppose.
Yeah, but the pressure is slowly but surely going
Fishkoff.
all onto the Germans. Fishkoff coming in, not quite getting it though, and they want to put on a lot of damage through choke as well with Avax spamming quite a bit there, but they're not getting it, and it's all on the Germans right now to get the kills, and Domo overstanding into the common trap spot on Victor surely helps the situation out.
It looks like Water, and Stefan are going to be in Victor right now with Kelvin the med. And also, I don't know what they're up to. Water, really weak, half HP. He's going to be somehow gets out. Don't know how, just by the skin of his teeth. And it looks like maybe Ascent are going to try and back out. They do lose arms. Yeah, they're getting out for some reason. Although they are player down.
Yeah, they're just like you said, backing off, playing it safe. Can't afford to just give up some ground at the expense of keeping the numbers up. Off of the situation we're in with the scoreline and map position intact as they are, but they take a risky exchange here, which is really surprising as it's much better looking at so far for Wansons.
Yeah, so far no one's really died, I say that, and Polygon and Zebasai go down within like a few ticks of each other. Water, Fishkoff doing a job. Water, back on the locking load. Domo going down. It's just so far a bit of a not the best of move from Ascent there. Well, good move. They should have got out, but good move on the Germans, I should say, as they're taking it at the second. Or last,
coming back into last point. He played heavily already between 2 players. There are lots of cap time, but easily capitalized off by Ascent. Grabs the point, Amps going for the medic, everybody else busy just defending the point in the meantime, not letting Kelvin escape with that as well, busy trying to survive this one, but surely not getting out alive, just admits defeat. And Ascent hanging in here after a sketchy fight on second that clearly did not go their way, being just destroyed between combo and flank. Pushed through aggressively more so than they could handle, but on last they just about hanging on and keeping themselves in this as much as they previously were. 2-0 scoreline still intact, and Wansons need some stronger responses here off of the advantage position they find themselves in, because there will be few and far between with Ascent playing as safe as they've been so far.
Oh, Water, he was caught out, don't know what he was doing, his sticky jumped up, he's gone. No, that's a demo, pardon me, that's a demo down for the side of the Germans. Polygon going to chase Fishkoff and River, he's going to jump out. Ascent now taking out their last, they do have Uber, 50% ad. It's looking quite good for the Ascent right now. They could probably take a round if they get it right. We do have a heavy and a level 1 sentry. They're going to try and take that out. Just, you're getting knocked back there. Everex going down at Credo. Not the best push.
Yeah, not a strong response by Ascent for the situation at hand, but at the same time, worst case scenario is what we're currently seeing. Sure, they didn't get much, but it's still a push out of last for Wansons, even off of full numbers on top of that. Wall coming in aggressively. Not much denial on second, mostly just hanging back. Amps taking a fight in lobby, not winning that one. That's so much damage. There's nothing on second. They're just playing super safe. They don't want to lose numbers here, and I can't blame them. 4 minutes left on the clock, and they still are running away with this 2-0 scoreline, despite not really being the initiator
drop down
much
push
recently.
Ooh. They're going for the drop down push, in fact. They're going to use it. Water, you're jumping in. Big damage, Domo half HP. They're just spamming them out currently, taking the mid off them. But they don't realise that, maybe they do, well, they probably do realise in fact that Ascent do have Uber, and they're going to come right back in. They're leaving the door open. They may have just generally
Incredible snipe as well from Victor yet again. For the third time, we've seen the same play come out of Credo, and it works this time onto the medic. Even then, push onto mid, at least clean support is necessary. Amps actually dies in that. It's not looking that great in the number situation. Ascent is kind of split between people individually feeding and the combo being stuck, and Chalky finding Domo all alone and Choke while everybody's rotating Victor without him. He will go down. Such a sketchy fight here.
Yeah, Stefan getting Domo arms just on the clean-up job right now. Jana work overtime, but looks like Stefan's just going to be sitting on point. Zebasai down below with Connor on heels. They're just taking a few shots at each other, just kind of doing their job. Looks like in the end Stefan's going to cap the point.
Yeah, Ascent is playing just a bit too messy right now for how easily they could just slow down the game and play this a lot safer, even with the sniper they have in a few situations here just now as well, to capitalize off of, to slow down the pace, to make it harder for the Germans to approach them. But their unwillingness to do just that for this short amount of time is putting themselves in disadvantaged position when they really don't need to. Granted, at least not uber disadvantage right now, and they keep being the aggressors here.
Oh, it looks like Ascent are going to be using the Ruben right now. Although Warhar, yeah, going down as he deserves for using the lock and load. Everex also getting picked off by Polygon. They're going to take it off. There is two players unbelow water. Maybe they've spotted. They haven't spotted Uber coming off from the Germans right now to try and wrap around. There is only two up. They're taking a fight. Vortex getting Domo. It's just a lost cause basically. They just did it for frags.
Yeah, and as much as this can fire back to be the aggressor on this sort of game state right now that we're finding ourselves in and not play safe and passive, Ascent's getting rewarded. They're forcing mistakes onto Vaughn Suns that wouldn't happen if not for Ascent actually putting on the pressure in the first place. So it just keeps slightly being better for them when it happens to be aggressive play out of Ascent, and it gets them out of last. Much more work to be done now for Vaughn Suns if they want to get any rounds on the board, let alone 2 to make it that high. Especially with Connor on advantage right now, Ascent's unwillingness to play slow is being rewarded.
Yeah, and also the fact there is only like what, 1 minute and 30 seconds, 1 minute or so odd seconds left. It's not looking too good. The Germans, oh, the shutdown from Everex, the scouts and go. Polygon Bodine gets Kelvin with the 2 rockets, easy peasy. Everyone's dropping. Warhar, yeah, Fishkov going down to Crado and Zeb's eye. Zebo's eye. We do see Everex behind. The only one left alive is Vortex, and he's way back at spawn.
Yeah, nothing he can do about this. A minute 20 left. Surely not much the Germans can do, but I'm sure they will try anyway. Send with this decently solid, almost 30% advantage coming into mid, just closing out more and more map control, making it harder and harder for Vaughn Suns to even get a 2-1 scoreline in the first place. And much like I would expect the Germans to not give up here to at least get something on the board, surely Ascent is gonna keep on trying to make the scoreline look better.
Oh, the bait from Domo. Oh my god. Jesus, but never mind. Looks like they're going to be taking out the last right now. They do have the Uber and not the Uber. They nearly have the Uber. The Uber ad at least. It is 80% to 40. The heavy is up. Players are on point, and that's going to be 3-0.
Yeah, like I said, we'll continue making strives to make the scoreline look better, and 3-0 certainly has a much better ring to it than 2-0, and they'll be taking that one away 40 seconds. Surely not possible to get much more on the board. Granted, half the server just disappeared, so maybe they can make it happen.
Maybe. Also, it was a good comeback from last map where it was 3-2. You know, they finally got their, got their map.
Yeah, they looked a lot more coordinated in both defense and offense, especially offense though, would make the bigger difference, I would say. Where a lot of the aggressive plays worked just out a lot better, were looking a lot more coordinated between the people initiating in them, and it made all the difference and clearly made them look a lot better than they looked in the last map, where it was much more of a close game and ended up a losing one. So strong improvement from Ascent, despite losing out 3 valuable points here against Vaughn Suns, who will be happy to take those away. Still able to show that they are a good enough team to make these sort of adaptations in time, which is a huge thing to have for your team.
Yeah, Ascent shaky on Granary. Maybe Granary's next week, isn't it?
No, Gully will be. Granary will probably come back at the end of the season, I believe. Maybe not, I'm not 100% sure. Let me double check my information. Actually, no, Gran only once, I believe, in the season. Okay, so they have that one out of the way now. Maybe not as unscathed as hoped for, but hey, it's gone until playoffs.
Arms once again showing up with the damage, top fragging on Gully. My god, that man is unstoppable. Domo also setting up with 9k damage. Just Ascent really pulled up their socks from last map, that's for sure. They kind of seemed, as you said, a lot more coordinated. They just seemed more in tune with each other compared to the last map.
Yeah, and it made a huge difference. The flank didn't have as tremendous as an impact last time, where this time Credo and Zebo had much more of a strong showing, were able to have much more freedom, which is also to attribute to just better play of the combo to play off and capitalize off. So big improvement for our center. Vaughn Suns looked not helpless, especially not in the earlier parts of the game. The first 10 minutes were still fairly close, and competitive uploaded Ascent were just kind of running away with the 2-0 scoreline they were keeping up on the board, and not having the strongest answers here. And after a little bit of slower play for like a very short moment, Ascent just figured, let's keep putting in the pressure, let's force mistakes out of the enemy team, and they kept taking the bait to get Ascent into better and better positions off of already leading position in the first place. well done by Ascent taking the win here on the second map, and it really showed that they improved so much over the course of these two maps.
It also shows the healing. Oh my, that tells a different story. I nearly like I'd say 4k healing difference. That's whoa.
That is massive, and a lot of that obviously is to attribute if you just look at the staying alive stat, the death stat for the medic. Kelvin spent twice as much time in the spawn queue waiting to be able to heal anyone again, so not having as much of a fun time as then much more effectively getting to him, making a big difference. Still 4 deaths after charge for both teams here. A bit messy, sure, but still better by Ascent after all is said and done. Amps obviously being the top fragger, he takes the most heals for his team. Unsurprising, Domo still second most after that, and the soldiers again taking a bit of the backseat, being like more of the initiators instead of the ones actually tanking as much. A bit difference by Kelvin's standards, where Apex was the full tank last time, this time War taking a fairly even amount of heals with everybody else, and this time not working too well for them, but you can't have it all, especially when Ascent is slowly but surely finally turning up this game.
Maybe they can keep this pattern up for the rest of the season, and maybe they'll actually get first place. Smiley face.
Yeah, it's a tough start for sure, but if they keep on improving, then they'll have a good season ahead of them. But competition is not gonna exclusively get easier here. But we are being met by some interviewees, I believe. We have Kelvin from Warn Sons joining us.
Yo.
How are you doing? Close game, 3 points out of this one. How are you feeling about it?
Actually pretty good. We did as expected. Like we were doing okay against them in scrims.
All right. Yeah, Gran obviously was the winning map for you guys. Close one still, but to me especially, it felt like exchanges were the things that like kept you ahead. You were able to capitalize off of those a lot better. What was your general opinion on that game? What went well? What went wrong?
Which map?
Granary, the first one.
Oh yeah. I think we sort of played well off their aggression. We were able to to counter their aggression with even more aggression, and when we had some really nice trades as well. Yeah, actually, Everex wants to come in here as well, but he doesn't have the pass.
I can see if I can drag him in. There we go. There's Avex.
Yes.
Welcome, and
Yo,
I guess congratulations to 3 points of for many people, a very surprising win, at least on one of the maps.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I can't hear you. My internet is like dying right now. I can just hear a robot.
Well, congratulations anyway.
Oh, I can hear you now. Cool. Okay. Hi.
All right. Yeah. 3 points of Ascent. Pretty strong showing. Most people probably a bit unexpected, but you guys did it anyway. How are you feeling about it?
Very, very happy about the first map. Yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that. I think we all played pretty well. Gully's a shame, but I don't know. It's only a 2-0. I think we can definitely like work on our
3-0.
mistakes. 3-0, yeah, I guess. I count it as a 2-0.
Yeah, we just talked about Grand a little bit. Gully, obviously, a different story. You said a little bit of shame. Ascent obviously looking quite a bit stronger than they did on Grand. What was sort of the things that were holding you back there?
On Gullywash?
Yes.
I think we were less coordinated than we have been in the past. I don't know. Genuinely, I just wasn't really able to get much done. Like in scrims, I've often on Gullywash just been able to sort of, tank my way through chokes and stuff like that. But they were just doing a much better job of blocking everything down and make sure we couldn't do anything stupid. So yeah, I think it was more like them playing well than us necessarily making mistakes, I guess. But
yeah, that's something I actually
fix,
noticed as well, which is a lot less common these days anymore, which is you guys put a lot of heals into your pocket soldier, which seems to be a dying trend these days, where it's just Scout and Demo getting all the heals, especially compared to Ascent in both of those maps, where it's just Domo and Amps leading all the way. You guys are a bit different. Are there any like specific reasons you guys do it, or it just happened this way, you guys were happy with the results and just kept going?
The X nukes, so you gotta have fucking heal.
I mean, yeah, I honestly, because I guess most of my experience or practice is in TF2 has been playing pugs. Like, you tend to just take over. If you want to win, you kind of just start like main calling and you take all the heals and you kind of do everything yourself. So I guess it's just like a natural part of the way I play. So yeah, I think like the way that I can, get sort of really good as the season, goes through, is kind of be able to do what I'm doing at the moment, but without taking the same amount of pills. So that's something I can work on, but at the moment that's just kind of the natural way we just arrange ourselves as a team, I guess. Because we're still obviously the core of this team has been together for like a while, but me and Kelvin at the moment, and then Koff when he's going to play, obviously new addition. So we've got to kind of work that in as time goes on, I guess.
Yeah, and that's actually an interesting point. I think it's week 1, 2, and 5. I believe that Voxy will be showing himself in Premiership for his debut. Otherwise, it will be Koff, aka Kunu.
Yeah.
And that means you guys have like 1.5 Prem debuts on your team,
I guess,
effectively.
yeah.
Interesting situation. How did that entire 3 scouts thing came to be?
We didn't have a second scout. Obviously, we knew Koff was looking. So I just asked him, and kind of just worked out like because Voxy couldn't play. Voxy would have just played because obviously he was on the team before, but he can't play, the whole season. So we can kind of, mix and match our scouts such that we always have one for every week. So it kind of just ended up working out. So we just fill the gaps in with Voxy basically.
All right, and with this like somewhat pre-established roster, but also obviously new players showing their face, what are like the expectations going forward here for the rest of the season after a decent showing against Ascent by all means?
Well, I guess my aim is I want to make playoffs. I think we can do it. Especially if we work on our mistakes. I guess our closest teams probably are top 5 in Aura. I think like we're gonna have the closest games with them. But yeah, I'd love to make playoffs. I guess that's my goal. So anything around that, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
Alright.
same actually.
And one last thing is obviously it's a summer season. LAN around the corner. You have a decent mix between Brits and Germans. So how likely is anyone, if not most of the roster, going to show up at LAN?
Hopefully 100% likely. Otherwise, we won't have enough players for LAN because we are going. So yeah, but I think like Shocky can't go, so it will be Voxy on flank scout at LAN. I'm pretty sure, and Kunu on pocket scout. So even more scout shuffling going on, so it could be fun.
The world's first free scout team.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can make it work. They're both really good at the scout class, so it should be good.
We might actually make a fundraiser as well, so we can make sure everyone can go.
Interesting. I'm sure we're gonna see that at some point on TFTV then.
I might start sort of streaming some of the games as well. I think War definitely streams quite a bit, so if we can sort of show them our epicness, maybe people will give us money.
Exactly. You guys need to show people now for the rest of the season to give them a reason to want to see you at LAN, which this was a good start for sure.
Exactly.
But there's still a lot to come.
First game in Prem and we beat Ascent. Come on, give us all your money right now. What are you waiting for, dude?
All right,
I'll
that's
chuck a
some
$5
optimism. Yeah. Anything you have to say here, Plunk? Any like things that stood out to you for the games?
No, not really. I think it was, for the first, game for you lot, or I should say against Ascent, I think it was played quite well. I had kind of low expectations, if I'm being honest, because you won Div 1, come out Prem, it's like, cool, roll. But you actually did quite well on, Granary, you coordinated. Obviously, Gully, bit of a different story, but apart from that, I've no really no comment.
All right, I guess we can just move it to shoutouts then and have everybody have a nice short evening in this dreadful heat all over Europe. Let's start on the top of the alphabet, Kevin.
Yeah, shoutouts to my team, shoutouts to Kunu, shoutouts to Hempus, Yunu, and NA Jinxed.
Well, get wrecked, EU Jinxie. Everx.
I don't know. There's so many. Like, just shout out. I guess these people like know who they are, but everyone who's sort of sent me really nice messages saying they're pleased for me and all that, it means a lot. I'm very grateful for that. All the pug players out there, shout out to all of you.
Plunk, any shoutouts for you?
No, not really. I'm kind of spaced out, so I'm fine.
All right, and shoutouts to my boys and Spy Boys. Took an L today, unfortunately, but I'm sure they're gonna bounce back from that. And shoutouts to everybody watching and everybody helping to make this happen. I'm frequently having to just deal with sudden changes in plans to make stuff happen on the cast, but we're still here. We're keeping it going, and we could bring you at least 2 of the 3 games tonight, and hopefully more going forward as well next week. This is the last matches of the week for Premiership, so we'll see you at some point next week on TFTV again. See you there.